So here we are in Oil City, Pennsylvania on a beautiful, sunny, brisk Saturday morning. It's the first week in October, it's 45 degrees, and we are going to follow that river down here, the Allegheny River, to the little village of Emlenton. And I believe today we're going to do some extra miles on the Sandy Creek Trail, and we're going to smile the whole way. Pretty certain. Our route for the day had us covering around 42 miles on two separate trails. The first being the 35-mile paved Allegheny River Trail, and the second being the Sandy Creek Trail, which runs east-west to the Allegheny River Trail's north-south orientation. The Sandy Creek Trail crosses the Allegheny River Trail at the Belmar Bridge, which you can see on the right. And as you can see, the Sandy Creek Trail runs above the Allegheny River Trail, so you will need to navigate the steps that are underneath the Belmar Bridge, which can be accessed via a side trail on the downstream side of the bridge. Just look for the picnic table. The steps can be a bit challenging, so if you have panniers on your bike, take them off and carry them separately, and remember to use your bike's brakes to control the bike when you're going up and down the ramp. Besides the extra miles, the Sandy Creek Trail has some very scenic sections, starting with the views from the Belmar Bridge, but especially to the east or away from the river. The old rail line crosses the Sandy Creek Trail 6 times in only 3 miles, and each crossing has a trestle bridge with some fantastic scenery. There's even a tunnel about 1,000 feet in length. For folks that don't believe they can bike 36 or 42 miles in a day, you can start your ride in the city of Franklin, Pennsylvania, which will give you a 28-mile ride each day. But if you want a longer ride, you can start in Titusville to make it a 55-mile ride each way. I'll post links to the various routes and GPS locations of important points of interest in the video description. So after our little foray on the Sandy Creek Trail, we lugged our bikes back down the stairs and back onto the Allegheny River Trail. The Allegheny River Trail has 2 tunnels. The first is the Kennerdell Tunnel, which is about 15 miles south of Franklin. Then the Rockland Tunnel, that is 21 miles south of Franklin. Both tunnels are unlit and have a bend in them so that you cannot see the other side when you enter. The trail inside is paved with rows of reflectors to mark the edges, but you will need a light to safely navigate these tunnels. After a day of taking in the wildlife and scenery of the Allegheny River Valley, we finally arrived in Emlenton, specifically the Barnard House Bed and Breakfast. Emlenton was a natural gas boom town in the late 1800s through the early 1900s, and the Barnard House shares this history in not only its decor and charm, but through some of the great stories told by the owners of the Barnard House, Kathy and Paul Kensel. So here we have the patio area here at the Barnard House. They do such an excellent job here. Absolutely beautiful. You can have a fire down there if you want. There are 2 rooms with the decks. This one down here is the Crawford Suite, and that one I'll look up the name for it, but I'll put the title in there somewhere. There's even a bathroom outside, and the bathroom outside is solely because of dun 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 the hot tub. And Big Carl's in the hot tub. Some of the homemade charm can be seen in their recycled glass bottle wall, the sheet music wallpaper, and the wine bottle trees, which are always in bloom. So after a good soak in the hot tub and hot showers all around, dinner Saturday night was the Little It Deli, a short walk from the B&B along the main street of Emlenton. The food was excellent, everyone cleaned their plate, and even bought some ice cream to go. Our hosts also have some amazing gardens surrounding the Barnard house, and despite it being the first week in October, there were still flowers in bloom. Even the sunflowers that have been left as seed heads for the birds add a sense of serenity to the simple act of coffee on the front porch as the birds come to feast. Breakfast at the Barnard house was delicious and impeccably presented, but it was not long after that we were back on the trail for our ride home. In our efforts to get up, get out, and find our midlife adventures, remember the importance of setting goals and finding rewards. Whether it's a favorite lunch stop during a day ride or a relaxing bed and breakfast off the beaten track, we need to remember the power of turning challenges into rewards. Otherwise, the adventures can become drudgery. It may sound cliche, but we do these rides for the smiles, not the miles. There's a lot of wildlife along the trail, some very obvious like our resting porcupine, or this juvenile bald eagle, or the many deer who leave the scene faster than we can ready our cameras, to the wildlife that you really need to look for. So take the time to stop and look around and appreciate all the trail has to offer. As is usually the case, the ride home always seems to go quickly, but it too was a beautifully sunny day, and as promised, there were smiles all around. Hopefully this video helps you to get up, get out, and enjoy life. If you like our content, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.